What's up, my good people of the internet? Proud to be here with you every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I appreciate your patience here this morning as we got everything set. We had to make an about face in the morning and change some things up, so I appreciate your patience and getting everything set here and ready to go. So it means a lot to me that you're here with us this morning. And of course, every single Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, youtube.com, facebook.com, and mixlr.com, all youtube.com, facebook.com, both /wakeupcalldt. We have been on MixLR. We're now streaming on wakeupcalldt.podbean.com. We got a great show set up for you, of course. On Friday, we bring you our trio of signature segments inside of MonPazPopcorn.com's What's Poppin'. We start things off with the Annoying Moment of the Week, proudly presented by Carvel DeWitt, 4322 East Genesee Street. It is what happy tastes like. Very happy to have that on today. And then we'll jump into Lead, Learn, Evolve, Ad-lib, and Deliver, the acronym, here with you, proudly presented by Chick-fil-A Cicero and Chick-fil-A Clay, focusing on today's topic: be still, trust in the timing of God. And then we'll jump into the top dog of the week, where I get to honor someone, or maybe some ones, this morning here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. Excited for that. Proudly presented by K9 Kamp Dog Daycare and K9 Kampground Dog Boarding. And this just in, today you will get to see my special with Kingsley Jonathan airing in hour number 2, right around 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time. Might be a few minutes later, but around that time, we will have Kingsley Jonathan's special airing on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, my one-on-one with the Buffalo Bills defensive end on all things that the Bills Mafia needs to hear, including that final kick by Tyler Bass, his thoughts on that, and how he said the team has responded to it. We'll get into the coaching staff and those coaches that have been elevated from the inside to defensive coordinator and to defensive line coach. We'll talk about the defensive lineman that he shares the field with the Buffalo Bills, being with Buffalo in his rookie season last season, coming back, and Buffalo keeping him all the way through, and just what that has meant to him, what this journey has been, how he describes himself on the field, as well as Josh Allen, their fearless leader, and if he considers him the best quarterback in the NFL. A lot of great stuff coming up with Kingsley Jonathan that every Buffalo Bills fan needs to hear. He's also a Syracuse alum, so to all the Syracuse fans, and to just people chasing their dreams, wanting to hear a story about somebody who works hard every single day, has a strong faith in God, and is humble throughout the process. So Kingsley Jonathan is an absolute treasure to have on the show. I appreciate and very much value our connection, and I look forward to sharing that with you today. So a lot of great stuff coming up here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports meets life, and be with us all the way through. We're going to get things started now with the Annoying Moment of the Week.
Dan Tortora proudly brings you...
Is that for real? Are you kidding me?
The Annoying Moment of the Week.
I really, honestly, I don't know how to respond to this.
Presented by Carvel DeWitt, 4322 East Genesee Street. It's what happy tastes like.
Do you have to be that crazy? I guess so. The Annoying Moment of the Week, folks, proudly presented by Carvel DeWitt. I have a couple for you, and we're going to start things off. My annoying moment of the week is, I think it connects to last week's annoying moment of the week, and if memory serves me correctly, of the person that ran away from me when I was trying to, I mean, I was standing in place. I can't necessarily say they ran away from me, but they seemed to run away from wanting to do any type of customer service, potentially. I don't know. Maybe I was just seeing something. Who knows? But I was trying to buy cereal last week. Well, I tried to buy cereal again this week, folks, and going out there to buy cereal seems to be just a very unique time. And so I'm at this store, and again, I'm not going to name the store itself, but I'm at this store, and you have you look at signs, you look at things, typical stuff, right? You go and see, and you say, okay, that's a sign that says that this is a certain price, so I'm going to get it for this price, and I'm happy I can get a discounted price because things are outrageous and what you have to pay for and this, that, and the third. So let me go out and get myself one of these. And so I'm, out there doing my thing, and I'm searching for the cereal that I want, and I find the cereal that I want, and I go to buy said cereals, and, really good cereals, stuff that I enjoy, stuff that I like. And so I go out to pick up these cereals, and again, there's a sign there, and the sign says that it's 2 for $9. Now I look at the sign, and I don't see the sign say anything that says, like, you have to be a member, you have to have a card, you have to be part of this secret club that some people are a part of, but not everybody's a part of. It didn't say anything like that. All it said was, this is what's on sale, this is the price of the sale. And I was like, okay, so let me go get it. And so I go get this thing. I go back to the register that I was at last week, and I walk in there to get my cereal, and what happens? Again, it doesn't ring up correctly. It doesn't ring up 2 for $9. So I call somebody to the front. Somebody comes to the front because apparently, and we'll get into this in a second, apparently I work there. So I'm in the front, and somebody comes up to me, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you have to be a member of this, and didn't you you saw our logo on that? Well, our logo, every time you see our logo, it means that you have to be part of this membership." And I was like, "No, it doesn't. Your logo's on there because you work at that, because this is the company, right? Wouldn't you have your logo on there? This is your store." So I'm thinking the logo's on there because the logo's on everything, because it's your store. And you have to have, because then somebody could come in with like a Walmart sticker and put it right there on the thing, right? They can't do that because they don't have your sticker. So everything said 2 for $9. 2 for $9 was all over the place for Kellogg's, for General Mills, yada, yada, yada. I realized when I got to the end of the line that I had a General Mills cereal and a Kellogg cereal. So I was probably breaking some sacred rule, even though they're all 2 for $9. So why do I have to get 2 Kellogg or 2 General Mill if the thing says 2 for $9 for both of them? Why can't I just mix and match if at the end of the day they're all $4.50? But anyways, I get to the end. She's like, "Well, you got to have this thing. You got to have this thing. You got to be able to, you got to pull it up on your phone." I was like, "Do you want me to take a picture of the sale and bring the sale to you? I mean, there's signs everywhere." So she ends up running it through, right? And she ends up giving it to me. But I realized something in the grander scheme of the annoying moment of the week. I don't work at these grocery stores and these whatever stores, right? The stores that have everything. And in this case, it has a lot of different things. I'm not working here, right? Why do we go into stores and have to pay higher prices? Do you know what I'm going to tell you what I bought. I'm going to tell you what I bought, and I'm going to tell you the price. I bought Lily dog cookies, which used to be $2.99. Thanks, inflation. So I got dog cookies. I got detergent. So I got dog cookies, laundry detergent. I got those, the hand sanitizing wipes for my car. So those are, okay, so that's what I got. That I got hot fudge. I got milk, almond milk. So I got almond milk. I got 2 24 packs of water, which, by the way, they say they're $3.59 and they're not, because they're $3.59 plus the invisible bottle deposit, which is $1.20, so they're $4.79. So they should just say that. And then I got this one Pepsi here, Pepsi Zero, and I got 3 clearance deodorants. I have no idea why they're on clearance, because, I mean, it's the deodorant I always buy, but they jacked up the price on it so much, so I got 3 for the price of 2, essentially, so that was good. And I'm trying to think, did I get anything else? Oh, and I got the 2 boxes of cereal. $52.29. $52. Cereal, hot fudge, milk, deodorant, detergent, dog cookies, not even dog food, dog cookies. Just the cookies, just the box, and a soda, and water. Insane. $52, folks. Okay? So for those of you that tell you, "Oh, inflation's going down. Everything's okay. Everything's going to be fine." It's like, no, it's not. Inflation's not going down. $52. And you know what the thing is? I paid it. I didn't even think about it because I was so focused on the cereal and the fact that this cereal thing is part of a secret society that I went to the car and then I went, wait a minute. I spent $52? I didn't even buy like food. I bought cereal. I bought detergent. I bought hand sanitizer. Like, I didn't get chicken. I didn't get beef. I didn't get fish. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I didn't even buy anything that's meal related, and yet I spent $52 on groceries. So this, when the government tells you, or these media sites that just don't listen, I don't care what anybody says, and I don't care what side of the coin you're on, okay, because we need to all be together. We need to stop being on different sides of the coin, and we need to just work together. The reality of it all is, if you listen blindly to the media that tells you things like inflation is fine, there's no global warming, there's, I mean, in all honesty, I live in Syracuse, New York, right? That's where I grew up. Weather gets different here than it used to get. It'll get hot. It'll get weird cold. You get different things going on. And, I mean, folks, truly, anybody that tells you inflation is going down, we're protecting you, we're looking out for you. No, you're not. You're not looking out for any of us. Not when my groceries are $52 for two bags and my water, right? And the thing is, I got to ring it all up myself. I have to go to the register and I have to ring it up myself because, God forbid, they have anybody working a register at nighttime, right? Nighttime's not for workers. Nighttime is for people to stare at you while you ring out your own goods. And on top of all of that, there's 5 registers where I get to work. There's 5 registers where I get to go to your store and I get to clock in and work. And of those 5, 3 of them were not working. So there's nobody working an actual cash register that's human. And then the cash registers that are digital, that I can type all my stuff in myself and I don't need anybody's help, allegedly, 2 of the 5 were working. So here's my thought. When I go to your store to buy your goods that are inflated for no possible reason, because why? Because the companies need to try and make back the money when they're already making enough money off of us. Now, I understand their bottom line. I understand what they need to make is this, and things might have changed, and businesses, no matter how big or small you are, all had a loss and this, that, and whatever. But here's my thing, okay? Can your business survive if Lily's dog cookies are $2.99 and not $3.49? Can you survive? Can you survive when hand sanitizing wipes are $1.99 and not $3.49 when so many people were buying them off the shelves, right? So here's my thought, okay? If I have to come to your store and there's no cashiers and I have to ring out my own goods and I have to bag my own goods and I have to lift my own water and do all this stuff by myself with nobody's help. By the way, and this is the thing that annoys me, when I worked at a grocery store growing up in high school and college, when I worked at the grocery store, I had to remember codes. We had to study code. We had to literally go through stuff. We had to study codes. We had to remember codes. When you came up and brought me bananas, I knew in my head 4011. I didn't have to think about it. I knew what they were. 4011, bang, move on. I still know it because of what, junior year in high school. So I had to know codes. I had to be able to run my register. I had to know how to lock my register, how to unlock my register. I had to know how to count money. I had to anticipate, the bills that I might need for the day. If I'm low, I had to be able to call on that. I had to be hospitable and greet the guest that's coming through my line when they're checking out from their goods. And then I had to ring everything up. I had to bag it in such a way that I'm not putting the peaches underneath the cans like some maniacs do. And I had to bag everything myself. I didn't have a bagger. So, I know some of these grocery stores had baggers. I didn't even have a bagger. So I'm the cashier, I'm the bagger, I'm the greeter, and I'm the person that has to remember the codes. So I'm the computer. Nowadays, I have to walk up there. I have to remember what the code is as a guest in your store. I have to remember the code. I have to lift everything. I have to move everything. And then the thing starts yelling at you. Please put it in bag. Please put your goods in bag. The goods are not in the bag. And you're looking at the computer going, the goods have been in the bag for 3 minutes. I'm going to kill this computer. So you get all that done. And I think to myself, I spent $52. And the one person that helped me question me, And I'm like, listen, madam, I just want the 2 for $9, okay? I don't want to be part of your secret society. I just want the 2 for $9. Because then you're going to get my email, and then you're going to send me 5 billion things, and I don't want that. Just give me the 2 for $9. I remember growing up as a child when the sign said 2 for $9. You didn't have to be part of a club. It was 2 for $9. You walked into the store, their deal was 2 for $9. Walmart's was 2 for $8. This one was 2 for $9. This one was 2 for $7. Whatever. Remember you used to go buy soda? You go into Wegmans, and Wegmans had 2 for $7. Target would have 2 for $6.50. Walmart would have 2 for $6.99. Whatever. And then you call each other and go, hey, if you go to this store, if you're going to buy soda, make sure that you go to Target this time because they're the cheaper one. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. So, and then they would kind of dance back and forth, right? PNC and Wegmans, who had the cheaper deal, who had the better deal that week. Well, now that we have inflation and all this other fun stuff, and then your registers are down, and then there's people not working in the front, I've decided that when I have to go to your store and pay for your inflation, I'm going to deduct my hourly rate to work in your store, to do all these things by myself, and to have to wait 10 minutes for somebody to help me, who somebody's looking right at me and they decide to run away. And then when you do help me, you're questioning me to the point where I'm like, I'm just trying to buy cereal. Is this going to affect you? Do you think I'm lying that it's 2 for $9? If I was lying, I would say it's 2 for $4. If I was lying, I'd pick a price that made sense before inflation, before the government and all of this stuff started to take advantage of people even more than it already does. So this is what I thought. I'm going to go to your store. I'm going to go through all this stuff. When I go to check out by myself and I'm at the registers, especially if a bunch of them are broken, guess what Daniel's going to do? I'm going to deduct $15 or whatever your hourly rate is. So instead of paying $52, now I'm paying $37. It's not, and to me, it's like, hey, that's your fault. That's not my fault. I came to the end. People aren't here to help me. You know, these people call out of work. And you hear this, I hear this from people. There's people that get hired on a Monday and they're like, can I get vacation time for Tuesday? And it's like, who taught you your work ethic that you obviously don't have? So if I'm coming into your store and you're not going to help me and you're going to question the deals that are already inflated, and I'm going to have to bag all my groceries and lift all my stuff and do all these things myself, guess what? Whatever your hourly rate is, deduct it from my total price, and then maybe I'll get some of that money back from inflation, and that's what I'll pay. It's ridiculous. Do you realize what they've done to us? They've conditioned Americans to go into stores, pay higher prices, and then burden themselves with having to be their own cashier, their own bagger for all their stuff, and to remember all the codes themselves. They taught you, they conditioned us to be workers in their store and pay higher prices. So they save money by having less employees because you're the employee and you're paying more money for your groceries. It's insane. We're going to take a step aside for a fast break. I have to catch my breath. I'll be back right after this.
Hi, this is Amy from Mother's Cupboard, home of the whole frittata. We are open daily 6 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. For takeout orders, call 315-432-0942 and tune in to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora for our monthly food challenge and try our Wake Up Call signature menu item available 7 days a week. Here at Mother's Cupboard, we are Central New York, and it's our honor to serve you.
Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory remind us that every day is worth celebrating at 201 7th North Street in Liverpool, New York. Open Monday through Saturday in-store and always online at maandpaspopcorn.com. Serving our Central New York community and beyond, order anywhere, anytime at maandpaspopcorn.com. Stop in to get a tin at Ma and Pa's on 201 7th North Street in Liverpool, New York to get your half-price refills for the rest of your life. Come to Ma and Pa's for your holiday gift giving for family, friends, employees, and clients. And remember, for fundraising and events, to call 315-450-6272. That's 315-450-6272. Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory. How corny are you?
This is Jimmer Sikowski, owner-operator of Chick-fil-A Cicero, 7916 Brewerton Road in Cicero, right in front of the Home Depot. I had a deep feeling that God wanted me to do something bigger with my life and to help people, help others. He kept putting Chick-fil-A in my life, and I realized as I was going through the franchise selection process that positively impacting the lives of others was really core to what we do here at Chick-fil-A. First of all, it starts with the food. The food is brought in fresh daily. We bring in local produce. We prepare to order in the kitchen. We hand bread our chicken. We hand spin our milkshakes. It's great food. It doesn't taste like fast food. I think the second thing is the way people feel when they come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. It's different. We try to treat people with intentional kindness here, which is very different and deeper than good customer service. And so I think it feels remarkable for most people to come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. And then lastly, the impact that we try to have in the community is very different. It's a big part of the expectation of every operator of a Chick-fil-A restaurant is that they're actively engaged in their community, they're a leader in the community, and they're making a difference. When they realize that what we're striving to do is to shine a little light in their life, that's a very, very different experience than you will have in any other quick service restaurant. And it's that remarkable experience that I think people will emotionally connect with.
Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports truly meets that thing called life. We appreciate you being here every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We appreciate your patience this morning as we got some things set up and ready for you in this broadcast. Move some things around and a lot of great things that are happening. So a lot of great news to share. And Kingsley Jonathan, speaking of awesome things and great news to share, he's going to be joining this. Our special will be airing today on the broadcast in just a little while. But before that happens, we're going to jump into Lead and the top dog of the week. Lead, learn, evolve, ad-lib, and deliver. That's the acronym, by the grace of God, that I was here creating a few years ago in, December of 2019, and being able to bring you something that I believe is imperative to, it's helpful for our growth. It's here for us, and it's a segment for us to really think about bigger things in life. Hopefully this segment every single week gets you to stop and kind of reflect and see where you're at and see where you want to go, because I think we get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life that we don't always kind of check in with ourselves. And this segment for Lead, Learn, Evolve, Ad-lib, and Deliver, proudly presented by Chick-fil-A Cicero and Chick-fil-A Clay, gives us the opportunity to reflect. So with that reflection, I proudly bring you this week's topic for Lead, Learn, Evolve, Ad-lib, and Deliver. And that topic, proudly presented by Chick-fil-A Cicero and Chick-fil-A Clay, is Be Still. Trust in the timing of God. Be still. I have a prayer that I found in my house. And this prayer that I found in my house, and to this day, I have no idea where it came from. It was in one of my spare bedrooms, and it was in a box. And I opened up the box, and there was styrofoam, and I opened up the styrofoam, and inside of the styrofoam was a cross. The cross, I think, was still in plastic wrap. So I don't even know where this thing came from. It might have been, and when I picked it up and I took a look at it, I looked at the cross, beautiful cross, and it has flowers, on it. And it's the flowers are like drawn on it, but they're like raised off. It's a really, really beautiful, beautiful cross. And on the cross, it has Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Now, does that mean that if you want to achieve something in life, you just don't move? You just wait for God to do it? No, that's not what it means, because that could be interpreted that way, and I don't want it to be interpreted that way. That's not what it means, okay? To me, what it means, be still, right? Be still, and know that I am God. What I think that is it means have faith. Trust me. If it's not working, if something's not making sense, be still. Take a minute. Take a breath. Take a beat. What I say Lead is for. It's for us to check in with ourselves. So when we're checking in with ourselves, are you taking that time? Are you taking that minute? Are you taking that beat, essentially? And when you take that beat, What are you thinking about? What are you reflecting on? Do you take a moment to just be still? Do you just take a moment to stop and be still? I don't do that a lot. I hadn't done that a lot. I didn't take naps, with Lily and, say like, wow, I'm really exhausted. I need to, no. I would grab an energy drink. I would, do things to my body that were counterproductive and try to force myself to have energy instead of gaining it the way that you're supposed to gain it when you reset and you recharge and you refuel. I wasn't taking care of me. I wasn't taking a minute, taking a beat. And now I take beats. Now I take breaks. Now I stop. I say, you know what? I'm not going to feel bad if I go see this movie right now. I'm not going to feel bad if I go have lunch with my mom or my dad right now. I don't have to be working every single second of every single day just to prove that I'm working. I work more than enough. And I don't have to prove that. And so when I thought about be still, I also thought about the fact of I'm a romantic, right? I'm a romantic. I want to have that connection. I've always wanted to have a family. I wanted to find true love, and I wanted that true love to expand into having a child or children. But that hasn't happened. So I stopped being still. Right? I started to force it. I said to myself, now I have to find it. So then you try to make people into it, right? You date and you go, okay, this has got to be good enough. I'm going to make it good enough. Because I don't want to keep looking. I can't just be still. I can't just wait on the power of God. And I failed every time. I didn't succeed in what I was looking for because I was trying to play God. I was not waiting. I was not being still and knowing that God is God. Be still and know that I am God. Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. And when I found that and I put it up on something inside of me, I found it. I was like, all right, I'm going to keep it. I don't know if this is from my ex-wife. I don't know if it's from somebody. I don't know where this is from, but I'm going to put it up on the wall. Right? I'm going to put it up on the wall. And I put it up there. Maybe it was a gift to us. I have no idea. But I put it up on the wall. And every single day I go and I touch it. I kiss it. I touch it. I think about it. Be still and know that I am God. And what does that mean to me, right? Does that mean literally sit still? Does that mean don't move? Does it mean don't do anything? You have to just stop. You just have to sit. No. What it means is understand in the power of God. Be still. Calm your nerves. Calm your anxiety. Calm your stress. Calm your frustration. Dan, I can't calm my anxiety. I can't do... No. I believe in your power. I believe in your ability. I believe that all of us, even when we don't think we can, right? Because there's things I've seen that it's beyond medication. It's beyond this, that, and whatever. It's when somebody chooses and says, I am going to do better for myself, right? And I went through that anxiety and that stress and that just constant, that paranoia and that angst. And I didn't do anything with medication. I prayed. I talked to priests. I talked to my parents. I talked to my friends. You get therapy. You go to church. And I'm not saying that there's not medical things that people have to deal with. I'm not saying that at all. I've just always been a believer in the natural form of trying to work through things. Because something brought us to that moment of strife, of angst, right? Something brought us to that current state of being. And I want to believe that we can bring ourselves out. And it's not easy, and sometimes it takes a village, but I want to believe in the strength of a human being coupled with the power of God. And anything coupled with the power of God it's indestructible. So when I look to this message in the Bible, be still and know that I am God. To me, what that means is stop trying to push something. Stop trying to make something happen. If it's not happening, you have to trust me. You have to trust in my power. You have to trust in my might. You have to trust in my timing. You have to trust in when it's meant for you. What is meant for you? right? Be still and know that I am God. When I didn't know if I should move back from Florida, be still and know that I had to be still. There was no exact time where something went, eureka, I'm going back home. But it happened. And I had to be still. I had to focus. I had to listen. I had to stop. Be still and know that I am God. In a frenzy of relationship stuff, and do I stay in this relationship? Do I not? I had to remove myself, stand by myself, think, what am I going to do? I had to be still to hear God say, I'm going to hit your reset button. Are you going to hit it? Because I'm going to hit it. I had to hear that. You can't hear, what did they say when God was talking in the Bible? That God's not screaming, God's whispering. God's whispering. It wasn't this giant, hey, I'm God. Look at me. I'm right here. Look at I'm dressed in the robe and I got the beard that you're used to seeing in pictures and I'm right here. No. God would come to you in somebody that you went to school with. God would come to you in someone that was standing on a street corner. God would come to you in a bus driver. God would come to you in your mom, in your grandmother, in your dad, in your brother. God would come to you in your dog, in your cat. God would find you. But you had to be still, and you had to listen, and you had to believe. I don't know why I did this when I said listen. Maybe because when we listen, we're also supposed to take it in. But you have to think about the fact that in our lives, we all get caught up. Everybody gets caught up in just the hustle and the bustle and the hustle and the bustle. We just get, and it's not an excuse to say I'm caught up, right? It's an Usher song, but it's not something to say that I'm caught up, I'm just so caught up. Because caught up could be a good thing, and it could be a bad thing, right? When you say I'm so caught up, you're entangled. But when you say I just caught up, people are thinking, okay, you got your work done. You did what you're supposed to do. You just caught up in the race, right? You just got back to where you needed to be. You got to where you needed to be. You caught up with everybody, right? If you're running, everybody's going to lunch, and you say, wait for me, I'm going to catch up, and you got caught up. So caught up it can be a bunch of different things. It's not about catching up. It's about being still in the moment. Understand. And it could also be about living in the moment, enjoying the moment. God's saying to you, here's an awesome moment in your life. Here's an awesome opportunity for you to grow, for you to advance, for you to learn, for you to understand. Here's a moment for me to teach you. Here's a moment for you to spend time. Just sitting with your grandmother. Just sitting on the beach. Just taking some time away. Right? There's nothing wrong with taking time. And I used to feel so guilty when I took some time. But taking time it's important. It's important to take a break. It's important to just sit, just be. Instead of living life getting caught up in everything, right? Because whether we're caught up in the snares of something or we just caught up and now we're trying, sometimes you just have to be still. Sometimes you just, and again, I'm not telling you don't work, don't try. I'm not telling you that at all. I'm saying when you go through life, go through it with your maker. When you go through life, listen to what God may be saying to you. Because I can promise you, in my life personally, God spoke to me a lot of times and I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear it because I didn't agree with it. And you know what it ended up doing in my life? It ended up creating a lot of strife by me ignoring God, going, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it, God. I'll figure it out. That created a lot of strain and strife with me. So that whole be still, and know that I am God, right? Trust in those blessings. Trust in God's timing. Because God's timing is perfect. It's perfect. It just works. And there's so many times in my life where God has timed something that I didn't even know about, right? People say God exists. People say God doesn't exist. But let me tell you something about God. I can prove that God exists more than I can prove that God doesn't exist. Right? I have that belief because I've chosen to believe it. And at the same time, God shows himself. God is not this, secret society. God is not this, you got to come and do. No. Seek and ye shall find. Right? Not seek and seek and seek and seek. Not hide and go seek, but seek and ye shall find. That belief, that trust, that knowing that somebody out there is looking out for me. Somebody's got me. Somebody loves me. No matter what. We put so much emphasis on human beings and what human beings need to do and how they need to treat me and what I need from them. But God is consistent. Humans are inconsistent. Humans will be early, they will be late. They will be on time. Humans will have proper hygiene and not have proper hygiene. Humans will know how to drive a car, not know how to drive a car. Human beings will cheat on you, lie from you, steal from you. They will also be honest with you. They will be good to you and kind to you and won't stab you in the back. Humans will disrespect you, and at the same time, they'll love you. But God is consistent. We're constantly looking for human beings to act like God instead of trusting God to act like himself. And that's one of the craziest things that I've realized in society is we're all looking for somebody to be a godlike figure. When we have a godlike figure, who is God? We don't, and not godlike, it is God. We're looking for someone to emulate God and all of the morals and values of God instead of just trusting in the power of God. We're always expecting human beings to do for us instead of doing for God. And sometimes you do for God and you do for yourself by being still in the moment and trusting God's timing. And now every time I'm not still, every time I try to push, every time I get impatient, I just take my lips, I kiss my hand, I put it on that cross. Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Think about the things in your life that are causing you angst, causing you stress and strain. And I ask you to take a minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes with God today and just be still and trust in his might. Know who he is. Know that he is God. You are not. That's okay. You don't have to be. A lot of us are trying to be God, okay? And it's not a like impersonation thing. It's not a blasphemous thing. We're just trying to do everything by ourselves. And from somebody who has done that most of my life, just trying to make it. There's really good things about having drive and determination, but there's certain things in life that you just can't control. And I can't describe to you, when you're starting a business, I got to put all the work in. I have to trust in God, and God met me a billion different ways, infinity ways, and helped me. But I had to put the work in. So you say, okay, well, if I have to chase my dreams, then if I'm chasing my dream of being a husband, being a wife, being a mother, being a father, if I chase it like I chase my business, I'm going to catch it. No, because it's different. And the way that you put the work in is different. God might not be sending you your person right now because you haven't put the work in. Well, what do you mean, Dan? I'm going out to bars. I'm going out here. I'm putting myself out there. I'm asking people out. I'm being confident. I'm dressing nice. No. You might not be ready inside. Your heart may not be ready. You may have not healed. Your mind may not be clear. If you are not healed, if you are not cleansed, if you are in bad habits, right? You have to do the work to be ready. And you have to trust in the timing and the power of God. And then you could say, Dan, I got my stuff together. I'm good. Why isn't it here yet? Well, that's the same question I ask. I don't know. But I'm not supposed to know. What I'm supposed to know is when I wake up every single day, I go after the things I believe in. I go after the things that I want. And not everything can be sought the same in the sense of, you know, when you're trying to work with businesses, you got to knock the door. Knock, 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 knock. When you want a job, you got to knock, 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 knock. But when you're dating, you can't knock, knock, knock. That's crazy. Right? I had a boss tell me one time, he's like, if you didn't call me every day and if you didn't bug me all the time, I wouldn't have given you the job. But that's not how you date. And it's so weird and like uncomfortable for me to be like, I have to call you, 3 times a day, 3 days a week to get this job. But you just kind of learn over time when you be still and you trust. I can't tell you that I know the answer to every question on this planet because I don't. I'm not God. And there's a lot of people out there that I think approach you as if they know everything and you're supposed to trust them with everything. And when someone plays God, I would never trust that person. I trust the people that come up to you and they're honest with you. I don't know brain surgery. Now, do I believe I could do anything I set my mind to? Yes. But I would like to research, spend some time practicing on a cadaver or on a dummy, right? Practicing on that. I would like to go through research. I would like to, read books and learn things and gather information before somebody goes, okay, you're going to do brain surgery today. Do I believe I can do anything? I do. Under God, I believe there's anything I can do that I set myself to. But am I going to go be a brain surgeon at 10:45 this morning? No, because I would not want to put somebody's life in my hands if I don't know what I need to know. Right? And like if you brought your car to my driveway right now and you told me the engine's not working, I don't know how to fix that. I don't. Now, do I believe that I can always give something to any situation? Absolutely. Do I think I can learn on the fly? Absolutely. Do I trust myself? Absolutely. But, I am not God. You are not God. Nobody is, except for God. So sometimes we have to be still and just remind ourselves that God is out there, something bigger than us, and when it doesn't make sense and we don't get it, to take a step back and to listen. Because I learn a lot in silence. And if you have no idea what I mean by that, maybe you should try some silence today. We'll take a step aside for a fast break. We'll be back right after this. In these unique times, there are those in our community that give us a sense of normalcy and positivity. Pizza Man on 50 Oswego Street in Baldwinsville has been here for you for over 35 years and is here now. Call 315-638-1234 or order online at pizzamanbville.com to bring those familiar tastes into your home. And remember to come see our monthly on-site broadcasts centered around the community and our Baldwinsville Bees. Pizza Man in Baldwinsville. Any way you slice it, they are always here for you. Looking for your next ride? Look no further than Great Lakes Honda City, located on 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard in Liverpool, New York. Serving our community for decades, their new and pre-owned vast array of vehicles are available to you Monday through Saturday on site. To search from home, shop at GreatLakesHondaCity.com. Call 315-365-5576 to set up an appointment. That's 315-365-5576 for Great Lakes Honda City, 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard in Liverpool, New York. Great cars, great people, Great Lakes.
Our corporate purpose at Chick-fil-A is to glorify God by being faithful stewards of all that's entrusted to us and to positively influence all those who come in contact with Chick-fil-A. And what became increasingly clear from our success in Cicero is that people love Chick-fil-A. And also, I think we recognized that, we had a great opportunity to grow the brand and grow our platform. I felt incredibly grateful when I was, selected to be a Chick-fil-A operator. I think what it's meant for me, what I've come to realize on a very deep level is that this is a calling for me. It's not a career. It's not a job. The Lord called me to be a Chick-fil-A operator and to use these restaurants to glorify Him and to positively influence other people. I'm blessed. I'm very blessed.
Head to Chick-fil-A Clay on 3974 State Route 31 in Liverpool, New York. Welcome back here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, and we jump right into the top dog of the week. For those of you wanting to see and hear my conversation with Kingsley Jonathan, will be coming up momentarily after we bring you the top dog of the week. Proudly presented by the fantastic team at Canine Camp Dog Daycare and Canine Kampground Dog Boarding, the place to bring your dog for short and long-term care right in central New York, right off of Erie Boulevard, off of Bridge Street, by the Thruway, by multiple highways. Very easy to get to, centrally located to so many people in Syracuse, Cicero, Clay, North Syracuse, Liverpool, so on and so forth. You could find your way right over to the wonderful team at Canine Camp Dog Daycare and Canine Kampground Dog Boarding. Get in touch with them today by calling 315-437-7110 for the daycare and 315-299-4013 for Canine Kampground Dog Boarding. My top dogs of the week, because I have more than one, LaToya Baker. Big time shout out to LaToya. I've covered LaToya for years at Lemoyne, and last night against Long Island University at home, LaToya Baker got to 1,000 career points. So a big time shout out to LaToya Baker on this awesome feat that she had, and so very happy for LaToya Baker in getting to 1,000 career points. Much love, much respect. I look forward to speaking with LaToya soon, and always so very happy for her. Happy that she decided to stay and spend some more time in the central New York area, staying a Dolphin and just committing to this program, committing to the coaching staff, committing to the change when that happened with the coaching staff, committing to the Division I move and everything. Thank you, LaToya, for all that you brought to Lemoyne. We appreciate it so very much. And to the Bryan and Stratton College Bobcats women's basketball team that ended their regular season with a big-time road victory over Cheney, and the video was awesome. You can go to my Instagram at wakeupcall_DT, which is right here on your screen, and you can, when you look at all of the different story pieces that I have there, you can click on the Bobcats one, and when you click on the Bobcats one, you can check out the video that they had of their celebration in the locker room. They still have some more to be played here. They have the Vaden Cup, which is against the Bryan and Strattons, and so excited for that coming up. And hopefully, if they can go up a spot or two, they would find themselves in the national tournament this year as well. So there's more life for the Bryan and Stratton College Bobcats of Syracuse, and a shout out to their women's basketball team and a big-time road victory and an awesome celebration that warmed my heart. So very, very awesome top dogs this week. Bryan and Stratton College of Syracuse women's basketball team and Miss LaToya Baker for getting to 1,000 career points. And she is worth so much more than simply her points. She gets 1,000 points, right? And that's incredible. And that's awesome. And it's amazing. But LaToya, if you get to see her, be around her, and you look at her fight on and off the court, she is an absolute pleasure to have in the community. And she's an absolute pleasure to have in so much more than simply scoring points. So thanks, LaToya, for all that you do. And shout out to Bryan and Stratton College of Syracuse women's basketball for all that you do. Big time shout out to you, Tay. Hope you feel better. We were supposed to have Tay this morning. He's under the weather, so hopefully we'll have him on next week. So God bless to you all. My top dogs of the week. Proudly presented by Canine Camp Dog Daycare and Canine Kampground Dog Boarding. We'll be back right after this with Kingsley Jonathan special on Wake Up Call.
Carvel DeWitt, it's what happy tastes like. Do you know why? Because we make ice cream. Creamy, rich, flavorful ice cream. Not yogurt or iced milk like some of our competitors. Ice cream. Fresh, by hand, daily. For the calorie conscious, we have something new for you. Our new Carvelite. Same great flavor, creaminess, and texture of our regular ice cream with only 35 calories an ounce. So whether you want an ice cream cake, flying saucer, dasher, carvalanche, hard or soft ice cream, we will satisfy your craving with our fresh, handmade regular or new Carvelite ice cream. Carvel DeWitt. It's what happy tastes like.
The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is located on 3680 Milton Avenue in the Home Depot Plaza. It is your family-friendly sports bar and restaurant. Folks, some sports bars aren't family-friendly. Some family-friendly restaurants are not sports bars. The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is proud to be both. It is that marriage that you've been looking for years. The Wildcat Sports Pub is your home base for your sports bar and restaurant needs, games for the kids, indoor and outdoor activities, and enough things on the menu to come back every single week and get to try something new. They're open Sundays from noon to 8 p.m., Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to midnight. For reservations and party information, call 315-487-2222 for the Wildcat family-friendly sports pub and restaurant.
GG Cards and Breaks. Like, comment, subscribe.
GG Cards and Breaks, located for you on 639 Delmar Place. What we can do here to make sure that we have